So welcome to Cooking with Carin. Today we are making
hummus.
Yes!
Homemade hummus.
So before we begin, as per usual, I just wanted to say if anyone's tuning in for the first time and you're a beginning cook, no worries. I am a horrible cook and Carin's really awesome and she guides us through step by step. So we're in the same boat.
Great. Thanks for putting that.
Yeah.
I love hummus, so I'm really happy to share how to make it. I first got exposed to hummus, believe it or not, at a Grateful Dead show.
Awesome.
And this guy was there, this beautiful man who was topless, and he had an Indian skirt on, and he had a box on his head that said hummus sandwiches $2 with a balloon coming off of it.
Oh, wow.
You've heard of the Grateful Dead, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
they're banned,
Wait.
right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so he was spinning around and around like this with this little box on his head.
Yeah.
And I asked my friend, what's hummus? And
You didn't know what hummus was?
no, I did not know. I was in college. I'd never seen it before. And then little did I know, hummus has become part of my life in a really powerful way. You know, you can go to any party and there's hummus.
And there's hummus. Totally.
Hummus has taken over.
It's the potluck thing to bring.
It is. There's a giant, you go to Rainbow Grocery,
Yeah.
there's an entire fridge section of hummus. And also my mother married someone who was from Syria. And so I actually learned the Syrian way of hummus, which is what I'm going to teach today, which is pretty fun.
Oh, okay.
So I really love it. It's made out of chickpeas,
Okay.
lemon,
Garlic.
salt, tahini. Do you know what tahini is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's sesame seed butter.
Sesame seed butter.
So you grind up sesame seeds,
Okay.
olive oil, and then different spices and parsley and things like that. So we'll talk it through, okay? Great. So it's really good to know how to make. So what I did is I soaked the beans overnight.
Okay.
I took the fresh beans, oh dear, these fresh chickpeas.
You can just buy these in a bulk section.
Yep, they're called chickpeas or they're called
Garbanzo
beans, exactly. And it's funny, you look at them and they look kind of small, but they get really big when you soak them. So make sure you add enough water in to soak them.
Okay.
So the thing is when you buy hummus in the store, how much does it cost?
$3-4.
Right, it's expensive for this much. Well, we're gonna make about that much and it'll probably cost like 75 cents to make.
Awesome.
If that.
Yeah.
All organic. Great?
So great.
It's pretty great. So it's so easy, and when you learn how to do it, it's super fast.
Cool.
So you can buy these in the store, but you can also get canned stuff too, and that's fine if you just want to have it on the shelf and whip it up together, no problem.
Okay.
Today we're doing it from scratch just because that's what we like to do, but canned, it's great to just get the food in your body, so I'm fine with canned stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So we cooked it, I soaked it overnight, and then I put it in here and I cooked it for about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. And how much water did you put in here?
I put in enough, just to cover the beans.
Okay.
Not swimming in it.
Okay.
Okay.
And did you put it in boiling water, or did you just put the water and the beans in together?
I brought it up to a boil.
Okay.
So I put the beans and the water in, everything, and turned it on.
Got it.
For this way.
Okay.
No salt though. If you put the salt in, the little beans kind of stay
small.
Hard. They
Okay.
don't. You want them to be generous. Okay. So we're going to zest a lemon. Have you ever zested a lemon
Never.
before? Oh, good. This is great. So lemon zest has an incredible quality of giving you the lemon essence and the smell and the flavor without the sourness. So it adds a brightness and a freshness to a lot of foods. So it's a really good trick. When you taste things and you go, God, that's really good. A lot of times it's zest. Lemon zest, lime zest, orange zest. So this is called a microplane tool. I recommend every kitchen having one.
Okay.
You can shred cheese with this thing. It was actually an old carpenter's tool that someone discovered that was a really great cooking utensil. Right, so I just keep it like this. And what you do when you zest, let me just do it this way. Just like that. And you don't want to go too hard. You don't want to go way into the white because that's bitter. You want to just stick. Can you smell that?
It's really nice.
So first thing you're gonna do, I like to, before I juice a lemon, I roll it like this. It kind of frees the juices.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that.
I like it.
You like it? Okay, good. And then you can cut it down the middle using your claw method. Yeah.
I've been practicing my
Good.
claw.
All right, now, my juicer broke the other day, my thing, but we can do it au naturel.
Awesome.
It's really good. I have a couple tools.
Okay.
We can, remember this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You can juice right into this. So if you don't have something, never fear, a little strainer. So now we've got our lemon juice, right? We can pull out this one little seed too. Okay. We've got our garlic. We've got tahini. We've got salt. I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
All right, so here's our chickpeas. Go ahead, and they've cooled some now, so that's good. I'm glad we waited. I mean, they're still a little bit warm. It's nice when they get to room temperature, but it's actually also kind of nice to do it warm. Now, there's a lot of theories about hummus. Some people add olive oil to their hummus. I do not. I put olive oil on the top.
Okay.
That's how we're going to do it.
Okay.
So go ahead and put in half of this, I think actually maybe all of it, into the food processor.
Okay.
I soaked about a half cup of beans. And this will all be on the recipe. Yeah, that's actually fine.
Okay.
Okay, and go ahead and put in all the garlic. And now here's the secret, which is the bean water.
Okay.
You really want the bean water. The bean water, it needs some liquid to get going.
Yeah.
And it just adds such a good flavor. I mean, look at that. It's just really rich bean flavor.
It smells delicious.
It really does.
Yeah.
So we're just going to add this much. And you'll have the exact recipe.
Okay.
But we are not. Hummus is such a sense of feel to it. So go ahead and add half of the lemon. Great. And some salt. Let's add just like half a spoon of salt, like half a teaspoon of salt. Like that much, yeah. Maybe even a little less, like hold back on it. Yeah, good. You can always add more salt.
But just don't overdo it in the beginning.
Yeah, you can always add more. And then last but not least, we're gonna do some tahini.
Okay. Tahini's pretty easy to get at a grocery store.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can get it at the health food store, you can get it at Safeway, you can get it, I go to the Middle Eastern market, which is up the street.
Nice.
But you can get it, it's very, very common.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna put in probably about a quarter of a cup. You know, tahini is one of those things, the more you put in, the better it tastes.
Okay.
Because you can follow the exact recipe, you can also just get a sense of like, okay, you need some garlic, you need some lemon, you need some tahini, bean water, the beans, and so it's pretty fun to make it without a recipe this way. Okay, so you put it on and blend it up. So I want to taste it a little bit and see what we think of it. And then it definitely needs more liquid.
Okay. Because it's just too chunky, you can tell.
Yeah. Unless you like it that way. That's right. Yeah, totally. I would add the rest of the lemon.
Okay.
I would add a little more of the bean water.
Okay.
I taste the tahini, don't you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
So I'd add a little more of that. Salt or no salt?
I think a little bit more salt.
Okay, go ahead. Great. And blend it up again. Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Good, huh?
Delicious.
Okay. So, last but not least, how you present hummus is part of the fun. So this is the way that I was taught by my mother's mother-in-law. where you present it on a platter. So you can make hummus a little on the runny side and it'll set up, the tahini will set up. So it's something that's good to know about it. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna take some of this and put it right on the platter, like so. Okay.
Nice.
Spread it out. Then, this is my personal thing. You can add all kinds of spices if you like. I like to add a little bit of sumac.
Sumac?
So sumac is from a berry. It's not to be confused with poison sumac. It's a different spice, but it's kind of savory and sour. It's a really interesting flavor and they use it a lot in the Middle East and it has a really nice color. So I just sprinkle it on like that. Okay. And this is where it really starts to give it a different feel. You can go to the Middle Eastern store and get all kinds of fun spices, but you can get this at the health food store, sumac. But if you can't get sumac, you can for sure get allspice.
Okay.
So same thing, I like to use a little allspice. In a lot of traditional Middle Eastern cooking, there's, you know how we have curries in India and each region and family has their different curry? Do you know that, right? Mm-hmm. Well, in the Middle East you have what's called bahar, B-H-A-R, which literally means pepper.
Okay.
And bahar has allspice in it as well as pepper and ginger and sometimes 10 different ingredients. So I like to put, sometimes bahar is used on hummus, so I just like to put allspice.
Okay.
Kind of to simplify it if I don't have bahar. You just sprinkle it on like that. And then, let's see, maybe a little bit of, not chipotle, not cayenne, not chili powder. How about paprika?
Ooh,
Paprika
yeah.
also, okay? Just like that. So you just sprinkle it on like so. Okay, so you get really pretty color.
Yeah.
Then, I like to sprinkle on pomegranate molasses. So pomegranate molasses are really popular now. You can definitely get them in the health food store.
Okay.
They are made out of pomegranate juice. So it's like rich and tangy and just so delicious and unusual. So I like to drizzle a little bit over the top so that you can see where this hummus starts to go, right? It starts to become a different...
Yeah, it looks like a piece of art.
Yeah, creature. Okay. And then I like to pour some olive oil on top.
Okay.
So in this case, extra virgin olive oil is essential. You don't want to use light olive oil. You want something that has a really good olive oil flavor for this. Sometimes in other cooking you can substitute that, but for this, for a garnish, where you're really tasting the olive oil, you want that.
Okay.
So you can see I put the olive oil on the top. My friend happened to have olives on her tree, and so she picked a bunch for me, and I've been curing them in my kitchen. That's what this mysterious vat is of it. So I've been curing olives in salt water. So maybe another time we'll do a show on how to cure olives. But
how long have they been here
this
for?
has been a couple months.
Wow.
So go ahead and taste one. See what you think. They're interesting variety. They're definitely olives.
Really nice.
Yeah, they're not bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And kind of fun to learn how to make them. And if you can get them, they grow around here in California. If you can get them, you can cure your own. Okay, so we'll just put a little bit in the middle for garnish. And maybe, how about just ring them around the outside too? So, you know, you can take any kind of hummus that you buy at the store and doll it up like this too if you want. But here, you have a little pita bread.
Thank you.
And a little pita bread. All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Just careful, there's pits in the olives. Okay.
That's really good. With all the stuff on top?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Awesome.
Yeah. There you go.
Thanks, Carin.
You're welcome. That's the hummus.